Just turn the music down. Just let me get lost. I swear that I'ma lose it if somebody turns it off. What are you out your mind? You must be out your mind. Just turn the music.
Hello there, neighbor. I am Jared, and this is
Jesse.
That's Jesse. Oh, there he is. Haha. Welcome to the Bearded Buster Show. I want to hold your hand. And why? Why would I want to do that, you might ask? Because today we are going to talk about fear.
Fear. An unpleasant emotion caused by belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat.
And that is why people say that fear is like excuses, which are like buttholes. Everyone has one, and they all stink.
Thanks, Dad, for that life lesson. Dads, isn't that what we're all about? That's why Dad's jokes are so amazing, you know? You know what? That even though they hate them now, there will come a point in their lives when they will torture their own kids with ridiculous jokes and bad puns. Plus, watching them hate the fact that they just lost 11 seconds of their life listening to your terrible jokes is totally worth it, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, I would say. And that is really what this show is all about. There will be many jokes. Many of them will be bad. But the point isn't just the joke. It's the journey you share with another person and other people that matters. Because relationships are the currency of the lives that we live. I've been many things in my life. I'm currently a stay-at-home dad, full-time. I've been a salesman. I've worked in a school. I've answered phones for a living. I've managed a team with up to a dozen people on it and answered to multiple bosses while working a different job. I've had to hire people and fire people. And in every job I've ever had, every place where I've served people or have been served by people, no one can do it all on their own. That's what the show's about. We care about connecting with people, about what matters today, and with people that matter. And that, my friend, is you. You matter. You are loved, and you are someone that cannot be replaced. So come, take a journey with me and my friend, and fear not, because we are in this thing together.
Part of this journey requires your participation. A big part of the show is you. On the screen, you can see the Twitter, the Instagram, and the Facebook information for the show. Follow us on our YouTube channel by searching The Bearded Buster Show, and call us too. Don't be afraid to call in.
But seriously, fear sucks, am I right? You know, I'm a full-time stay-at-home dad. I have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 7-month-old. Fear is pretty much my existence. That's a choking hazard. Stranger danger. Is that poop or chocolate? I grew up being afraid of the P word. You know the one I'm talking about. Panties. My mom is the only female in the house growing up. Same as my dad. He was raised, his mom was the only female in the house. We didn't use the P word because it made us uncomfortable. But reality is soon coming because my 3-year-old and my baby are both girls. The dog's even a girl. So you'd think that I'd be frightened, but I do have an advantage in this. And let me tell you why. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Myers-Briggs personality test. I took it, and I found that I'm referred to as what's called an ENFP. That's not alarming, except for the fact that almost 90% of the people that score as ENFP are actually female. So essentially, it's possible to have a woman's brain and still not know a thing about them.
Let's talk about lies today. I think it is pretty apparent topic that we are currently in an election season.
It's true.
It seems that in politics, everywhere agrees everyone lies. Why is that? Lying is so acceptable, you know?
It doesn't really make any sense, does it? Where else can we lie for a profession than in politics?
I mean, who else gets away with this in a job?
Yeah, so basically, I mean, isn't that essentially what a debate is? Just like a giant job interview? It's where presidential hopefuls, you know, they basically get rated on how well they lie or how well they didn't lie. I don't know. It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it is crazy. It's the other part of being crazy is the fact that as a parent, I think lying is also kind of like a small part of your job. You kind of have to like manage the lies that you tell your children. And while I don't think it's a good idea, I'm always hoping that I don't tell lies. But occasionally it's okay, like even socially, because you can tell a kid, hey, don't eat your boogers, right? That's not a lie. But then if you say, well, don't eat your boogers because it's not healthy, right? Then, well, that's kind of a lie. But then I'm the crazy one if he wakes up in the middle of the night crying because he accidentally, right, ate some boogers and now the boogeyman's going to gnaw his way out of his stomach, just like I suggested that might happen. But either that or I just should not have let him watch that Alien movie, which my wife advised me not to do. So I guess fear and lies, that it basically goes hand in hand with the balance of living. How do we balance the fears that we have against the lies that we tell ourselves when we say, it's going to be okay? Because in reality, we don't control a dang thing.
Evidence of this is in this picture. Take a look at this. It'll tell you the world is ending.
Yeah, that thing's massive. It's terrifying.
It's not really that big. About the same size as my hand.
Your hand's huge. That's crazy.
I mean, I've seen crazier things than that.
Yeah, but that are poisonous?
The shower after your beard. I mean, the beard after your shower.
Well, regardless, I don't understand, I guess, why some people are afraid of spiders. I get part of it, but the other part is that, most of them can't actually hurt you. And legitimately, I think the worst thing you can do is like scream at the top of your lungs at a predator. Isn't it kind of like begging them to attack the loud, two-legged stompy monster?
I mean, most of the time when a predator is out there, you want to make noise and be loud that makes them run away. I mean, that's how I get scared.
I understand
Loud
that.
noises.
I understand.
That's spook easy.
So next time I'm afraid I just yell.
Yep.
Okay.
You
Very
do
good.
that now.
That's not very nice to say that.
All right.
Fear makes us do crazy things, and that's why WebMD is a terrible place to find out if you're sick, because I guarantee you your fear of dying will dramatically increase. You start Googling symptoms or entering them into WebMD, and it kind of begs the question, why is fear such a powerful force?
Why is it that people are always associated with fear with smell? Have you ever noticed that when someone is describing a character in a book who is afraid, they always talk about how you can smell the fear on them?
That's totally true. I think it has a lot to do with the sense that, or with the idea that the sense of smell is tied to memory. The sense of smell has the strongest correlation to memory. And if you think about it, you can probably associate some smells that you've had with some significant memory. I know mine is wet grass. It has to do with, I guess, early football memories. I don't know. Is there Jesse, if there's one that you, like a smell that you kind of significantly takes you back at some point?
French toast in the morning when I wake up before school. I don't know. I smell it right now.
My mom used to put in a roast. She'd put it in like late at night, and then like when I would wake up, the first thing you smell is like just that smell of roast, like all throughout the house, And even though I never really ate much breakfast, I guarantee you I ate breakfast that day. That's the good stuff, man. That's the good stuff. But the smell of wet grass. The reason I say it is because when I was a freshman in high school, my first two-a-days. So it was the idea basically is you have two practices a day, two-a-days. It was so exciting to me, but inevitably you'd go early in the morning and you'd all end up face down on the grass. You're stretching, all that kind of stuff. And the only thing I remember, as soon as I smell that wet grass smell, the only thing I remember is just my whole front getting soaked through from like the dew on the grass in the morning, and just that smell of earth like right in my face. My face mask is kind of like stuck in the mud. It was the most incredible thing. And every time I smell that idea, that smell comes back to me. And it doesn't matter that eventually it's all tracked through by muddy cleats and some fat kid's puke. But at the time, it was just amazing. It was one of my favorite smells in the world. And I think part of the reason why it's so important, I guess, for me, Jesse, is like football is one of the first places that I really felt like I was like truly at home, where it felt like, it just felt right. And I think for some people, it's probably like a class you've taken or an instrument maybe. I don't know. What was the first place that you really felt like at home with yourself?
Playing out there on the playground with your friends and just enjoying yourselves, the smell of the rocks, the smell of the dirt, the smell of the earth, just being one with yourself and your friends is what really is one of my memories.
I don't know, something about childhood, kind of finding yourself?
You always want to go back to childhood. You always look back to the good days. You get old, you pay bills, you get married, you have 17 kids. Three.
We have 3 kids. 3.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right. it dawned on me when I was playing football that I've always believed I was either meant to be born in this time or the time of like medieval knights. I mean, physically speaking, I feel like it would make sense that it's just specific to that. But I think part of the reason is that's like the smell of that wet earth. It cut to my soul because, like I said, that was the first time I ever felt like I was really at home, on a football field. So I don't know if that exactly proves the point about fear or anything. But I do remember another part of that. I remember talking to then she was my fiance, now she's my wife and my baby mama 3 times over, as we just discussed. But I expressed to her the concern that it dawned on me that I felt like I didn't really know, like when I knew football was ending, I didn't really know if I would ever be as good at anything that I was at football. And like that idea that like I've lived to my maximum at 20 years old, 23 years old, it's kind of crazy to me. And so I don't know if that was part of the fear that spoke to me, is just saying like, hey, that's never, maybe that'll never come again. I guess I don't know.
I mean, one of the reasons why fear holds us such a power of us is that fear shuts down our formal cognitive process. When we experience fear, our brains go into some sort of kind of survival mode. We just completely lose it. We go into protection mode, kind of like Conor McGregor did this weekend.
That's actually a really good point. I don't know if you guys watched the UFC fight. It was pretty crazy. Conor McGregor is an amazing athlete. I actually saw a video of him bare knuckle boxing the guy who's known as the Mountain from Game of Thrones, and it was incredible because this guy weighs, I don't know, 300 pounds and some, but there's no fat on the guy at all. And the video is of Conor McGregor, who I think was probably at his natural weight of 155, 155. I think it was 155. And all you just hear smack, smack, smack. You hear Conor McGregor's fist like pounding on this guy, and it didn't even look like it hurt him hardly. But yeah, that's a good point. I mean, Conor took a couple of shots. The thing I really respect about him, though, Jesse, is his post-fight interview was amazing. He didn't apologize for being intense. He didn't apologize for being, aggressive or anything like that. He said, I'm gonna take a step back and I'm gonna evaluate. I'm gonna assess the situation. I'm gonna move on. And I think that shows that, the fear of don't move forward, kind of locks us in our mindset. Like you can't let the loss of success motivate that.
I mean, he told us a bunch of lies going into the fight. His fear showed in the cage. He got choked out.
Hey, Diaz is a tough dude, though.
He is.
Tough dude. But I guess the lie in our fear is the thing that we can control everything around us, right? He thought he could control that fight. He thought that he was going to go in and dominate, and that's just not the case. The funny thing about lies and fear is that kids believe different lies than what adults believe. And I think it's funny because there's a lot of people that tell really funny lies to their children. And I mean, I hope that I'm not one of them. But I don't know. You got siblings. You ever told like a really funny lie to your siblings?
I mean, my little brother has autism. I tell him every day that I'm going to give him some candy if he goes and brushes his teeth. He'll go brush his teeth, but I didn't give him the candy. He does it every single day. It still works.
I don't know why I don't know why that's funny, though.
I mean, it's a little white lie. He thinks he's going to get candy. He's going to brush his teeth. By the time he comes down, I ate the candy. Pretty much what happens most of the time.
That doesn't bother him?
No, I'll get him candy the next day. And it's a continuing cycle, like the lies that we tell.
That's interesting. It is. It's very cyclical. I mean, it's amazing to me that when you tell somebody a lie, you're basically like promising. And I mean, we're kind of joking. I mean, you love your brother and you spend a lot of time with him. It's not like you don't care for him. So I mean, but it's amazing to me because a lot of kids, they don't know that you're lying until it's either been proved later or not. Like just as an example, I remember when I was probably 7 or 8, and my cousin told me that the only way that you could ride a bike and have like one foot skimming along the ground is if you knew what your address was. And I had no idea what my address was. So obviously, thanks Josh Saylor for that one. Riding around like a noob.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a minute here, and we'd like to do something that's called the call of action. I believe we even have a soundbite for this. Dun, 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 dun. That's pretty exciting. And now is your chance, because you heard the trumpets, right? Now is your chance to make television history. Jesse, tell them how.
Guys, call us 608-567 4739.
You can see the video. It's right there.
Oh, it's down below?
Yep, right there.
Check us out on YouTube, Bearded Buster Show.
The Bearded Buster.
The Bearded Buster Show. Search it on Facebook, search it on YouTube. Like us, comment, hit us up on there. We'll answer your questions. Make fun of us. We'll make fun of you.
I mean, he might make fun of you. I'm just not that kind of guy. I would like to point out one correction. It seems like, I don't know if the Twitter, that's not right down there. I believe on Twitter you can find me at bearded_Buster. So we gotta fix that.
Bearded Adam Dad? What's that?
Well, it was actually Beard at Home Dad, but I forgot the H, so it's kind of embarrassing.
You slept in that day?
A little bit, a little bit. But when we come back, we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about a fail, a great fail. It's a video. It's one of my favorites to come in recent history. We're also going to talk about what's called the 30 Seconds of Awesome. It's a chance for us to get to connect with people. Maybe we might even get Tyler on the line a little bit later to represent Simpleton. But we're going to talk about for 30 Seconds of Awesome, and then after that, we're going to come back. We're going to have a little bit more dialogue and maybe some call-ins. So join us then. And when you do, there'll be a couple of things that you can look forward to. One of them will be an entire minute where a caller gets to call in, and a woman caller gets to call in and say whatever she wants right up until I push the mute button. So look forward to that.
Oh, Lord.
Spring is here, and that means planting season is just around the corner. Camp Douglas Farmers Co-op has seed, fertilizer, anhydrous, and lime, with seedlings coming in soon. Watch for the greenhouse. And think spring, Camp Douglas Farmers Co-op.
Take a moment and think about that special person you have in your life. You know the one. They're always going that extra mile with you. Wouldn't it be nice to send them a card or gift to show how much you care? Robbie's Pharmacy has hundreds of unique gifts. Show your special person how much you care and appreciate them. It feels good to give, and even better when it's a friend. Robbie's Pharmacy. We have that too.
You know, my dad says our internet's faster than your internet.
No, wait, we've got links.
How fast is Lynx?
I'll show you.
Whoa.
Pretty cool, huh? You might want to hold on. This is link speed.
That's fast.
It all started with a phone line and a friendly voice on the other end, connecting people far away. Leavenworth Valley has met and surpassed the challenges of today's technology, bringing the community not only phone service, but broadband internet and television, all on lightning-fast fiber right to your home. Leavenworth Valley Telecom, service at the speed of light.
Because the health and well-being of your family are precious, you can trust Robbie's Pharmacy to make your privacy our priority. At Robbie's Pharmacy, your prescription consultations are both personal and discreet. Explain your medications and answer questions you may have. Robbie's Pharmacy has a solid commitment to you and our local New Lisbon community. Robbie's Pharmacy, the personal service you want with the professional staff you deserve.
Why exhaust yourself searching for hard-to-find auto parts? Simply have Lloyd at Bumper to Bumper Auto Parts use his 35 years of experience, along with the connections he's built over the years, to get the part you need. Fixing your vehicle is hard enough. Make finding the part you need as easy as opening a box. Give Lloyd's Auto Parts Bumper to Bumper Automotive New Lisbon a call today. Hard-to-find auto parts made easy.
All right, now we're going to start with 30 Seconds of Awesome. It's basically a chance for me to get to talk about a really, really cool product, individual, business, whatever the case is. And today it's called Simpleton Goods. You need to go to Simpleton Goods. They make leather. They use leather to make products. They're all about, elegance, beauty, but not just for the sake of it, craftsmanship too. It's about practical products. I'm actually getting a wallet made up from them very soon. So I was talking to Tyler. Tyler may actually be able to call in a little bit later on. He's a dad. He's got his boys tonight, and so he's going to try and call. So if if there's crying in the background or something like that, that's understandable, Tyler. We appreciate you guys. But anyway, Simpleton Goods, handmade, hand-stitched, just gorgeous, gorgeous products in leather, satchels, bags, wallets, keychains, everything you can think of. So it's pretty good stuff. You definitely got to check that out. Very, very good stuff. So now, Jesse, we're going to take a minute. I want to talk about this video. Okay, so this video is what you'd call like a fail, right? Yeah. So we're gonna put the video up on screen. We're gonna get a chance to play it with a little bit of audio. The exciting thing about this video isn't the first time through. It's you get a chance, and it really hits home after you get a chance to see it like a couple of times. For me, that's how I like to do things. So, all right. There we go. Jumps into the snow, hops back out, pause it. Can you pause? Boom. Look at that. Ooh, that's a rough one there.
Truffle shuffle.
It is a truffle shuffle. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. So this is now the title of the video is not very nice. It starts with fat kid jumping, or it's something like that. It's not very nice.
That kid wasn't that big though.
I didn't think so either.
No,
I really didn't.
That was a home video.
Yeah, it was home video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate that. So anyway, so now as somebody, first off, I did get a note saying Cole from Indiana or from Iowa, a science teacher from Iowa, is on the line. We're gonna try and get Cole in here in a few minutes after we talk about this video. So shout out to Cole right now. But I want to finish talking about this video. Now the cool thing about this is Jesse and I both experienced this phenomena of having snow outside. So you're like in a hot tub, you hop out of the hot tub into the snow, you like run around a house or something like that, right? You've experienced this, right?
I've never done that.
Right, so you've experienced it too.
Caucasian thing.
Ouch! Ouch! I don't know if that's like a compliment saying, "Oh, you're more warm-blooded." I don't know if that would mean, is that what that meant?
I mean, can we go back to that shot again?
Yeah, let's go back and we'll kind of talk about it a little bit. So first things first, he's excited. You can tell by his body posture and the fact that he's got nice boxers on.
This
he
is
feels
Wisconsin, probably. That's flannel boxers, probably Wisconsin,
makes
Minnesota.
Sense. Yeah, makes sense. Yep. And so even though he's going to hop in the cold, he's pragmatic in that he has insulated undies, right? Yep. Okay, good. So first thing we see him dive out into the snow. Go ahead and play that. Boom, he's in the snow, right? Yep. Now at this moment, what he's thinking is, holy crap. Or at least that's this show's version of what he's thinking.
That was actually a good dive. I'm very surprised he didn't get injured.
Yeah, that was Mr. Phelps. All right, did we lose the video feed there? Or just the TV feed? Okay, so go ahead and play the video again, and you're gonna see, there we go. So you're gonna see him hustle in, he's coming inside. All right, now right here, I apologize for the awkward pause here. Right here, the only thing he's thinking about is, I can't feel my body. He can't feel a thing. His brain is numb. All he's worried about is getting warm. He's not thinking ahead. He's thinking in the reactive, like we were talking about, right? Protective, like I got to get inside.
Get inside, get warm.
Okay, now we're going to try this one more time, and we're going to play the video all the way through. And you're going to get a real special treat at the end, because sometimes some people's blunders and misfortune can really be fun for us. Okay, so we're going to load it up one more time, all the way through, and I want the audio to take over. Here we go.
Another one bites the dust.
Right? Thank you, Internet. All right, Jesse. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Now let's pretend that you're this gentleman with the. I mean, I know that you'd never have plaid boxers, but so you're the gentleman with the plaid boxers. My question to you is: A, how do you feel about the song choice?
Yep.
And B, how do you feel about the title of the video? If you're this kid, not you. If you're this kid.
I mean, that kid probably doesn't matter because that video has what, millions of views. So his pain is our success. His pain is our laughter. We love it. I mean, play it some more.
Okay. Now, what about the title of the video, though? Oh, all right. I hate to cut you off. I apologize.
It's okay.
Okay, good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and have this call come through. Let's see. Go ahead, Cole. Can you hear me, Cole? All right, I think I heard something there, Cole. Can you hear me, Cole?
Yeah, Cole, what's up, son?
Yes, hello.
Cole, how are you doing?
Good. Hey, long-time listener, first-time caller.
All right.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
yeah,
I
go.
just want to say that I'm fascinated with tonight's topic of fear. But I do have a question first. I don't currently have a beard. Am I still allowed to call the show?
Yes, encouraged. We encourage the bearded and beardless alike.
If you're actively growing, you can join our club. Beard growers, not
Now, one
anonymous.
of my fears is I actually have feared of dandruff in my beard, or whatever they call that.
Sure.
So
Beard
I'm
druff.
trying to overcome that fear. Hey, I heard you talk a little bit about boogers earlier, about how Mom was lying to you and she told you not to eat boogers. Remember
Yep.
that?
Yep.
I teach middle school science. We just studied the body's immune system. Actually, the boogers actually collect all the germs so they don't go into your body.
Yep,
so
thank you.
The germs are in the boogers.
So, are you saying that it's better to eat the boogers because they'll absorb the germs in your stomach, or it's worse to eat the boogers because when you ingest them, you ingest the germs?
Yes, I think I'm going with option number 2 there. So it's actually, I think Mom was right. So props to you, Mom.
Okay.
Don't eat the boogers because there are germs in it.
I actually heard that you eat the boogers and then your body builds the immune system when you eat the boogers. So this is 100% truth. I pick my nose and eat it. I am not lying.
Well, but then you...
I said it.
also said
I did it.
Not to be scared of the giant spider a few minutes ago. So
I'm not scared of that spider. I'll eat that spider too.
Man, I feel like that's something we could do on the show. Like, what would Jesse eat? And then we just like bring surprise
I
things
won't
out
eat
for
a
him
spider,
to eat.
but
Look at that thing. You could eat. That's the size of a man's hand.
I don't even think that's a real spider, to be honest. It looks like a plush toy.
I'm telling you right now, whether it's a plush toy or a real spider, I wake up next to that thing, I'm crying. Straight up crying. Man, that's terrifying. Well, Cole, are you still with us, Cole?
Yeah, I would pay, whether it's a real spider or not, to see that guy eat it.
Yep. Right.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, maybe that's something we can start up as a Kickstarter. Thank you for Jesse to eat funny things, possibly insects
Thanks
or not
for the call,
arachnids.
Cole. Appreciate it, bud.
Hey, you bet. Hey, Jared, I did have a question for you.
All right, last question, final question, Cole, go.
All right, and I don't want to make it too serious, but talking about fears, how do you best handle your fears? Or is that kind of what the beard is for, or just curious?
That's a good question. Again, thank you, Cole. Shout out to Cole. Thank you, Cole, science teacher from Iowa. This is the thing about fear. I don't think it's so much that you beat or conquer your fears. I think what it is you have to understand your fears. So like when I say like, hey, Jesse, are you afraid of spiders? You're like, no, I'm not afraid of spiders. Well, you're not afraid of spiders because we live in Wisconsin and there's not a ton of poisonous spiders in Wisconsin. Our climate doesn't support it, right? So, I mean, there's not really a fear that you need to be bitten or killed by a spider. Like that's probably not going to happen, right?
I gotta say I'm not scared of them, so I look tough. But if one came drooping down, I'd be the first one to jump under the table screaming like a little girl.
Well, and not that guys can't scream either, right?
Guys can scream, yeah.
Okay, see, the equal scream rights here on the Bearded Buster Show. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I think that when you look at fear, it's not about what fear is and how I beat fear. Because in reality, without fear, there can be no bravery, right? It's only being foolish or being ignorant. Like if you're not afraid, you can't be brave. Without feeling fear, there is no bravery. Yeah. So I think fear is really about conquering what fear does to you rather than conquering, fear in itself.
I mean, you know what I fear?
Tell me.
The next internet craze.
The next internet craze. Interesting. Now, are we still connected with Cole? I meant to say goodbye. I thought we were done with. Okay, we're done with Cole. Okay, very good. So, thank you, Cole.
I thought we were done with it too. So.
Yeah, that was great. First time caller. Pretty good. So, internet crazes. Now, I want to bring up one of my favorite internet crazes.
Go ahead.
And it's kind of a throwback a little bit. Planking. Who remembers what planking was? You remember planking, right?
I mean, I know what it was, but it was a terrible fad.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. So here's the game. I'm going to bring up an internet phase, and I want you to tell me what's wrong with it and what's right with it. Okay, so we're going to start with planking, nice and easy. So what's wrong with planking?
Nothing.
You said you didn't like it.
I know, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I don't enjoy it. I don't like it.
So you just dislike things indiscriminately, no reason why?
Planking. We're probably like 5 years old on that, so I'm over planking.
Okay. Was there anything good about it?
No, not that I could see. I mean, people were planking on any and everything. It wasn't very. I didn't think it was very original.
My cousin planked on a basketball hoop on the rim. I thought that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I saw some celebrities like planking on Lamborghinis on top of like
impressed.
vending machines, stuff like that.
I'm not impressed. Okay, so that's one. Now, the one I do want to talk about is a little bit more serious. It's called I don't know if you've ever heard of this. It's called raiding or swatting. It has to do with gaming.
No.
So for those of you that play online games, a lot of people do. It's this idea that you're playing online games. Maybe there's a personality you come across on the internet. Like a lot of celebrities. This has happened to celebrity gamers in the past. And what happens is people call in a bomb threat or like a terrorist threat on this person's home. And so they call it swatting because they actually call the SWAT team to this person's home. And it's kind of crazy. I guess I'm trying to understand why this is funny.
It costs the taxpayers a lot of money. I'll tell you that much.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, but I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Well, we're gonna go into our second break. When we come back, we're gonna go heavy into the calls. Get a chance to talk to some more people. Again, thank you, Cole. Hit us up on the. Can we flash the phone number again
Twitter,
one more time?
Facebook.
Maybe. In fact, you know what? I even have the phone number right here. Call us 608-567-4739. All right. We'll see you after the break. Thanks.
And that means planting season is just around the corner. Camp Douglas Farmers Co-op has seed, fertilizer, anhydrous, and lime, with seedlings coming in soon. Watch for the greenhouse. And think spring. Camp Douglas Farmers Co-op.
Take a moment and think about that special person you have in your life. You know the one. They're always going the extra mile with you. Wouldn't it be nice to send them a card or gift to show how much you care? Robbie's Pharmacy has hundreds of unique gifts. Show your special person how much you care and appreciate them. It feels good to give, and even better when it's a friend. Robbie's Pharmacy, we have that too.
You know, my dad says our internet's faster than your internet.
No, wait, you got links.
How fast is links?
I'll show you.
Whoa.
Pretty cool, huh? You might want to hold on. This is link speed.
Whoa, that's fast.
It all started with a phone line and a friendly voice on the other end, connecting people far away. Leavenworth Valley has met and surpassed the challenges of today's technology, bringing the community not only phone service, but broadband internet and television, all on lightning-fast fiber right to your home. Leavenworth Valley Telecom, service at the speed of light.
Because the health and well-being of your family are precious, you can trust Robbie's Pharmacy to make your privacy our priority. At Robbie's Pharmacy, your prescription consultations are both personal and discreet. Explain your medications and answer questions you may have. Robbie's Pharmacy has a solid commitment to you and our local New Lisbon community. Robbie's Pharmacy, the personal service you want with the professional staff you deserve.
Why exhaust yourself searching for hard-to-find auto parts? Simply have Lloyd at Bumper to Bumper Auto Parts use his 35 years of experience, along with the connections he's built over the years, to get the part you need. Fixing your vehicle is hard enough. Make finding the part you need as easy as opening a box. Give Lloyd's Auto Parts Bumper to Bumper Automotive New Lisbon a call today. Hard-to-find auto parts made easy.
All right, we're back. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time. Now, we're going to go right away. We're going to go to a special individual. His name's Noah, right? He and Tyler, I mentioned Tyler earlier. Noah and Tyler are the owners of and business partners of Simpleton Goods. All right, so let's check in with Noah. Noah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Hey, how are you?
Noah, nice to talk to you. You know, I've spoken to Tyler. I haven't had a chance to speak to you yet. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Yeah, Tyler mentioned
to me and about y'all chatting, and thought it was pretty cool gig. And he unfortunately watching his 2 boys right now, and he figured it might not be easy to take a phone call and wrestle 2 little ones. So he passed it on to me.
Sure. I understand we have an affinity for I guess, style. I had heard that you have pretty incredible dreads. Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, they're dreads. I don't know about the...
Well, I mean, let's be honest. They're pretty great, right? I mean, they're pretty great, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, let's just say I was scared about it at first, that they would look terrible, because it's kind of the thing with white guys and dreads, I guess. But I've been relieved. I've been thankfully relieved that I like them. So there we go.
Awesome. So now you have 2 kids as well, right? Is that right?
Yes, sir. We got 2 and 1 on the way.
Oh, hey! Congratulations. That's great, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're 3 months in.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So why don't you tell us a little bit what you guys are trying to do with the company and what you guys offer?
Did you catch that, Noah?
Oh, yeah, I got you now. What was that?
Oh, yeah. We're just looking to know a little bit more about your company, what you guys do, what you offer.
Yeah, well, the company's Simpleton Goods. Just two guys that, 2 friends that, I don't know, just found a creative outlet that they liked, and kind of paired that with their heart to just do things well and with excellence. And yeah, and we like style, or I don't know, creative, like I said, and so found leather as our medium, leather and some other cloth. Looking into canvas and that kind of style stuff too, but
Sure.
Yeah, just kind of work together for to make some different wallets, belts, bags, that kind of thing, menswear. Primarily right now, and we've kind of ventured into the women's game, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
And yeah, they seem to like it too. The wallets and purses are made for different folks. So yeah, it's a fun thing. It's something we can get our hands on, and we can just be proud of. I'm proud that we're doing something with diligence.
So where can people get your stuff? You know, you guys got a store? Do you have online?
Yeah. Well, so far, we're here in Oklahoma City. We got a few places here in the city that we sell. Kind of the few places around town that like to
We got one of your bags right here.
local stuff. And then we got online at simpletongoods.com. And we also take this orders through Instagram, that kind of stuff. Someone likes the photo and they say they want it. We just hit them up with a PayPal invoice and then get it off.
Awesome. So I'm looking right now at what's called your J. Austin bag. Okay. Now, now first off, can I just say that if you would have shown me this bag, there's no way that I would have bought that it was, and no disrespect, like not machine made. I mean, it's just like you just look at it and you're like, oh, the stitches are all succinct and perfect, like well set. I guess I'm just really impressed. It looks amazing.
It looks good with
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of old and kind of close to me in the lost art of hand stitching leather. Just kind of way saddle makers and other leather makers, leather smiths used to do it. It's
Sure.
Yeah, we just have certain tools to kind of make it look nice, and saddle stitch is the kind of the name of it, and it's the strongest stitch in the world. So
awesome.
We kind of went for what would hold up as well as the leather as best we could.
Awesome. That's great. You've got just a real quickly here. I saw something on your website. You talked about some international stuff. I think it's great that you guys are working on some broader markets and stuff. So if you could pick like one word to kind of typify your goal in business, you know, if you could say like this is really the thing we really want associated most with our brand, what would it be?
Oh man, word associated with our brand. words coming to mind, diligence, I don't know, just for excellence, just doing something and doing it well. And
Excellent.
I wanted to encourage people to do the same thing, really.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Whatever they do.
Awesome. Well, I would say that bag absolutely inspires excellence.
Killed it.
Looking forward to getting my wallet from you guys soon. I'll make sure to put a video up if I can of that. So hey, Noah, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Thank you to Tyler, who got me some information on your company ahead of time as well. So thank you guys. You guys keep
Absolutely.
doing a great
Thank you so
job.
much, and you guys have a good night.
All right, thanks.
Take care.
Have a good
bud.
one.
Appreciate it. Simpleton Goods, guys. Go check them out. Instagram. He said they got a website. Handcrafted, made in America. Doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, and if you're one of those guys that, and I just looked at wallets recently, but if you're one of those guys that doesn't like a real large, high-profile wallet, they've got simple, bifolds that are a little slimmer, a card or two. I don't know. I personally don't like to carry a whole lot of cash, so they got nice options there as well. So Simpleton Goods, thank you, Noah and Tyler. Appreciate it very much. All right, so now the phone lines are open. It looks like we've got another caller coming in right now. So we're going to work on getting that in. Allie, can you hear me? Hello, Allie in Wisconsin Dells. Are you there?
I'm there.
Allie, thanks for calling in. How are you?
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Allie.
I can hear you.
All right.
You got a lot of commotion. What's going on in the background?
Hi, I'm here.
Oh, is there a bit of a delay?
Great. How are you?
Oh, I think we're dealing with a little bit of a delay here.
What do you got for us with a question, Allie? You gotta say it probably. They're
Yeah. Okay, maybe can you turn down your computer, Allie? I don't know if that would help a little bit. Seems like they might be getting some feedback coming. Oh, we lost it. Okay. All right. Well, that's all right. Hey, Allie from Wisconsin Dells, thank you for calling in. If you get a chance, you can always, like I said, hit us up on Twitter or Instagram, Facebook. The Facebook page is a good spot too. Even chatting on the YouTube channel is going on too. All right. I think we've got another caller coming in. You are on the Bearded Buster Show with Jesse and Jared. Go ahead, caller. Still no call. Okay. Oh, that's all right, though. Hey, this is a process. This is the pilot, right? This is the pilot. I mean, thank you guys for being here, because this is our first go around with this. We kind of had some test footage out there, but now it's the pilot. So it's, we're working on this. Big shout out to all those people behind the scenes, because it's a struggle. It ain't easy. Am I right?
You're right.
It's not like growing a beard, because all that takes is time, my friend. That's not true. I got a lot of beard oil going on in this. Did you know that?
What kind of beard oil do you use?
Well, see, actually, I'm glad you asked. I like to mix my own. And actually, I would be willing to bet you a crisp $1 bill that beard right there smells fantastic. Go ahead and give it a try. Mm-hmm. Smells good, doesn't it?
Smells like beard.
Get out of here. Get out of here. I actually happen to make my own beard oil. And if you're lucky, I might even tell you how to do it. But before then, we've got another video that I wanted to show. This is from a bit that Jimmy Kimmel does. He does it every year for Halloween. You guys might have heard of it. I wouldn't call this necessarily a fail video. It's just hilarious. But basically, it ties into what we were talking about with lies, like lies you tell your kids. Mm-hmm. He tells parents to tell their children the day after Halloween that they've eaten all of the kids' Halloween candy. And it's something they do this. He does it every year, and he even says, like, it's amazing. I still get responses. I'll always get responses, and I think it's hilarious. So I'd like to play this video clip for you. In my mind, it's a perfect example of what happens when you lie to your kids, particularly about tasty and delicious treats. Let's go ahead with that video. He's upset, obviously.
Turkey bottle.
See, B-hole jokes are funny. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I apologize. Originally I was going to promise to not have two butthole jokes again in the same episode in the future, but I don't know that that's a promise I can live up to.
I didn't want to say my joke.
Maybe it's better you don't.
Yeah.
Hey,
better you don't.
I appreciate that. That's discretion. That's discretion.
Yeah.
Were you afraid? Were you fearing the repercussions of the joke? I understand that.
I was afraid of backlash.
I understand that. Very good. All right.
We're live here too. So.
That's true. We are live. So we're gonna head to a commercial break here in a little bit. One thing I want to say is when we do come back, we are going to give one lucky caller, a female caller, the chance to almost close out our segment, and basically you're going to have a whole minute You can say anything you want. You can sing a song. You can talk about poetry. You can talk about anything you want to for an whole entire minute. Keep it family appropriate. But yeah, you'll have a chance to do that coming back from the break. So thanks for tuning in.
See you soon.
Spring is here, and that means planting season is just around the corner. Camp Douglas Farmers Co-op has seed, fertilizer, anhydrous, and lime, with seedlings coming in soon. Watch for the greenhouse. And thanks spring, Camp Douglas Farmers Co-op.
Take a moment and think about that special person you have in your life. You know the one. They're always going that extra mile with you. Wouldn't it be nice to send them a card or gift to show how much you care? Robbie's Pharmacy has hundreds of unique gifts. Show your special person how much you care and appreciate them. It feels good to give, and even better when it's a friend. Robbie's Pharmacy, we have that too.
You know, my dad says our internet's faster than your internet.
No, wait, you got links.
How fast is Lynx?
I'll show you.
Whoa.
Pretty cool, huh? You might want to hold on. This is link speed.
That's fast.
It all started with a phone line and a friendly voice on the other end, connecting people far away. Leavenworth Valley has met and surpassed the challenges of today's technology, bringing the community not only phone service, but broadband internet and television, all on lightning-fast fiber right to your home. Leavenworth Valley Telecom, service at the speed of light.
Because the health and well-being of your family are precious, you can trust Robbie's Pharmacy to make your privacy our priority. At Robbie's Pharmacy, your prescription consultations are both personal and discreet. Explain your medications and answer questions you may have. Robbie's Pharmacy has a solid commitment to you and our local New Lisbon community. Robbie's Pharmacy, the personal service you want with the professional staff you deserve.
Why exhaust yourself searching for hard-to-find auto parts? Simply have Lloyd at Bumper to Bumper Auto Parts use his 35 years of experience, along with the connections he's built over the years, to get the part you need. Fixing your vehicle is hard enough. Make finding the part you need as easy as opening a box. Give Lloyd's Auto Parts Bumper to Bumper Automotive New Lisbon a call today. Hard-to-find auto parts made easy.
Spread them isn't that bad.
All right. Thank you and welcome back. Now, I did want to meet up with a couple of different questions and concerns. We did have an update. So first one is a comment from Instagram saying, how long have you been growing your beard and what inspired you to start? Very simply, the inspiration for my beard is masculinity. Not because I think it represents it, but simply because I think it's cool. I love beards. I've always loved beards. What really started me, though, is I was having a conversation with my wife, and it was September, October, November, somewhere in that range, and we didn't have any, we don't really do a lot of New Year's resolutions. I don't know if you do.
I think that question was for me. They were asking how to
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
The thing is, you've probably been growing that long, just as long as mine.
Maybe. I've been growing this for about 15 months now. So not quite a year and a half. But I was having a conversation with my wife, and we were just mentioning that we didn't have any New Year's resolutions. And I said, well, hey, what if I just go a whole year and I don't cut any of my beard? And she's like, you'd never make it. And I said, done. And beard. How many months later? So that's I guess that answered that. The other part. Oh, we have a caller right now. Okay, so we've got Jay on the line. Jay, can you hear me? Jay.
Hello.
Hey, Jay, how you doing, sir?
Jesse. How's it going? I think this might be your first call ever from Manila, Philippines.
Wow. Are you actually calling from the Philippines right now?
Oh,
I am calling from the airport in Manila, Philippines.
oh, what's going on down there?
I just wanted to make a statement. It's been a joy watching your program on YouTube.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I'd
you.
like to make a statement about fear.
Please do.
Go ahead.
Fear, we just got done spending a week in Angelo City, Philippines, helping to rescue girls and boys from the human trafficking slave trade road, sex slave trade road to Angelo City. And I had a lot of fear that was involved in that, going into places not knowing what was going to happen, who I was going to talk to, if I was going to get beat up, shot, or what. And one of the things that helped me overcome fear was the very first time that we rescued a little girl from the human trafficking sex slave trade road, to see the look on her face. And that's when I realized that in overcoming fear, one of the best ways to do that is start to take a look at the fantastic positive outcome that can happen if we're courageous in a time of fear.
Wow. Well, I have to say a big international thank you for calling in. And again, thank you, Jay. I appreciate I'm very impressed. I mean, not just the call and the fact that we're from Manila, but I mean the story as well. I mean, that's pretty incredible. That's changing lives right there.
Jay, thanks for that. Appreciate it. Good to hear your voice.
You betcha.
All right. Well, thank
Guys,
you.
keep up the good work.
All right. Well, you have a safe journey there.
Okay, sounds good. See ya, Jared. See ya, Jesse.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Well, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, puts a little bit of stuff into perspective when you talk about fear. And, he tells a little blurb about Philippines. We got it good in America. Really good.
Absolutely.
Contrary to what, all that stuff you hear, whatever, we're not going to that, but still, we got it good.
No, it's very true. It's very true. I know that one of the things that we always talk about being really thankful for in my family is just, a lot of support, the support system. Like, it's pretty cool that we can sit here and when we need to, we get a chance to be supported by the people that care for us. We have technology, we can connect with them. So one thing I did want to say is we do have a time that's dedicated for women to call in, and we appreciate that. As guys, we don't always carry the right perspective. So we've got a woman on the line now who's going to call in and going to give us a little information, get perspective. All right, Joelle, can you hear me? Joelle, are you there?
Hello?
Hey, Joelle, how are you?
Hi, doing good.
Good. Thanks for calling in. Did you have a question or a comment?
I have a joke.
A joke?
Oh, okay.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, what kind of car should you drive?
Beard Retta?
We don't have a good answer.
Okay, I do. A high beard.
Hybrid. High beard. Hybrid. I see that.
Holy
Put the thing on top of your head.
It's called a hat. Or were you talking?
Oh.
Were you talking to Jared?
I'm talking to Jared.
Oh, it's talking about that thing. Shit. No.
But I like your hat, too. Your hat's awesome.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Technically, I think on the top of my head, it's just a hair clip.
It's a man bun of sorts. No, that's a man bun.
Well, I mean, there's hair up there, and then it's a clip. It's from the there was a lot of really colorful hair ties and Dora hair care products in the section where I got them from. So I don't know if that makes them intrinsically female or childish or childlike, but they were cheap, and I chose not to spend a whole lot on hair products, so that's what it was. But thank you, Joel. That was it was a good joke. It was at least as good as most that I've told tonight, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jared.
Thank you. Well, you have a good day. We'll talk to you again sometime.
All right.
Thank you. All right. Well, I will say that was at least as good as every joke that you've told.
I wouldn't go that far. We got time for one more call, maybe two more calls. We got it right now.
Hey, we'll fire them through. All right.
Hey, call in.
We've got.
These two guys. You guys are one.
Oh, we got Jake on the phone. Jake, how's it going?
Well,
Hey, Jake. Turn.
Hey guys, I must be at least 10 seconds behind you guys, but hey, I'm here with Mike, also the winner of the lacrosse league. I was just going to ask you guys how that went like 2 years ago.
How
The
that?
lacrosse family?
How'd what go 2 years ago? I can't hear you, Jake. Speak it a little loud, buddy.
I was just going to ask you guys, like, first of all, Jesse, one thing first, I just want to know who you're texting on your phone.
I was texting some of my friends, actually.
That's part of the show. We want to interact with people
Yep.
live. So
I'm going
that's,
live.
You know, that's part of it.
But I want to know, Jerry, where were you this year? We needed you on the team.
Hey, Jake, can you put the phone away from your mouth a little bit? You might have been. What do you guys got for us today?
I'm sorry, maybe I'm speaking a little loud. I'm sorry, I'll speak a little quieter. But
Perfect.
Where were you this year, Jared? We needed you. I know you had shoulder problems, but we were hoping you could have been a part of the team.
Yeah, you know, after the orbital blowout that I suffered, the season-ending injury last year, and the multiple surgeries, my wife advised me that as my age climbs up the charts, that apparently maybe I'm just not well suited to basketball anymore. So I appreciate it, Jake. In fact, my kids still remember when you came over for dinner, so maybe you got to come over again soon sometime.
I'll be honest. I had to go to the closed leagues. I couldn't hang it in the open league anymore. So
Totally.
I'm just being real with you guys on the Buster Show.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
understand.
Jake, that rumors had it, Jake, you averaged 10 and 10 out there, 10 turnovers.
I mean, I had actually a scorekeeper keeping track. I averaged a triple-double actually in the closed league.
Huh.
A little bit more soft, a lot more soft than it was in the open league, let's be honest.
Does that-
Let me handle the point guard position, and I can't even dribble.
Well, we believe you that you can't dribble. So thank you for calling in, Jake. Appreciate your time. Have a good night, man. Thanks for calling in.
Grow that beard.
Always. I feel like admonishing beard growth is always a great way to finish a salutation. In fact, I was at Denny's. Denny's? Yeah, I think it was at Denny's a couple of months ago. And there was a guy that walked up to me, older gentleman, maybe in his 60s, I think he was, had a very prodigious beard, very respectable. It was sweet, nice beard. And he comes up to me, and this is what he says. He says, "On beard."
Well, on guard, you're ready to get your beard off. How was his beard?
Well, that was my thought. Like, oh, maybe that's what he was talking about. Really, have you ever like rock climbed? You know how they say like on belay?
Yeah, belay on.
And then you say belay on. He said that's how you should greet somebody with a beard.
Awesome.
You say on beard, and the response would be beard on.
Beard on. Speaking of beard on, what is going to be on our beard?
Coming up next. Well, I always keep my beard well conditioned and well oiled with my own personal brand of beard oil. I make it myself. Carrier Oil, essential oils. You can make some nice nighttime beard, help you relax. You can make some nice morning beard, help you focus, help you come alive. A little extra citrus in the morning beard.
Yeah, I didn't mean like on your beard. I meant what's on the bearded show. What's coming up.
Sure.
Like
Did I
your
cut
plate
you?
on your beard. I said, like you said, beard on.
Right. Did I
what's
cut you
on
off?
Your beard? No, you didn't cut me off.
Oh, okay.
But just saying beard, like,
sure.
It was trying to segue.
Sure. I appreciate the segue. It was a good segue.
Yeah,
it was a good segue.
I've ridden one of those before.
Yes. So I just want to close out with a couple final thoughts before we tell you a little bit about what's going to be coming up. So the first thing is this. I think Jay from calling from the Philippines had a good point. You know, when you overcome fear, there's a lot of really good things that can happen. When you succumb to fear, I feel like not really many good things at all can happen. And I think one of the coolest things about overcoming fear is overcoming fear helps to reveal the lies that you believe. When you're afraid of something, people can kind of, I guess, fall away from things that they're afraid of. And when you're able to power through it, it's amazing how much you learn, not just about succeeding in something, but how much about yourself that you learn when you can overcome fear. So I think that's the biggest thing I want to say about fear. And if you could give one piece of advice to somebody with regards to lies, what would be one that you would say?
When it comes to lies, I mean, hey, you need to tell lies at times. White lies, we said. I don't know. Lies are a very touchy subject. You know, just be truthful as much as you can. That's all I can really say.
I would agree.
I would
agree. And here's the truth. You cannot make a show like this. And I'm not even saying it was good necessarily. I'm simply saying getting it so that other people can view it You can't do it without a lot of really awesome people. So I do want to say thank you to a bunch of people. Bridget Sweeney, my producer, I love her dearly, and she's good at all the things that I'm terrible at, and it's great. Director, DJ Woodworth, thank you so much. Teleprompter, Brittany Woodworth. Phones, Laura Moody. Stage manager, Melissa Carroll. Talent with a question mark, Jared and Jesse. Image pictures, Peter Mallinger, thank you so much. Denise Heesh is the caterer. Joelle Austin, the assistant. Graphics, Brian Emerson. Driver, Camelia Woodworth. Thank you so much for the viewers. We are nothing without you.
Beard out.